Instagram, hi on Facebook and YouTube. Today we do want to know the 3 practice level to your highest potential. And this is Simone Claridge, your natural and conscious healing expert. And I think it's getting more interesting to also know what practices you can expect and you would need to focus on in order to get from the state you're in right now and change. Hi, Sally. And change to whatever you want to change to. There are some levels that are required in order to train and to wake up, so to speak. So it is, first of all, that we have been talking about this previous, but I want to point it out again, that you are an entirety of several levels expressing the oneness. So this means that anything you are in form and shape, in energy, in vitality, consciously, is just a unified, progression of the universe come into existence. So as oneness itself. And it's just on different levels. But this is, a major point to grasp, that anything that exists is in several different functions, forms, and time and space realities. It is oneness. And I hope that gets you going already to think of, wow, I really know that my neighbor is just a mean guy. How can this be the same as I am, right? So good question. And we keep that while moving through the motion of explaining what for practices are required in order to get there. So with our normal physical body, as we all are trained using our senses, we are capable of getting aware about our body feelings and our forms and movement. And so any practice that also I will suggest and start out with is that we are a unified entity, so to speak, of form, body, of chi, and of consciousness, moving all together at once all the time. So if I want to describe that. So, but the first level, and that's the most common level, is that people focus on that the attention is placed or highlighted, so to say, on the body. So that you will learn everything about the body and how the body is formed and shaped and moves. So, and that is not always that, that the consciousness has already an experience with chi. So the body may not know what chi is. So, and it stays very, limited, so to say. Because every focus, everything that happens is, what's my body doing? Or what's the form doing? Or what's the movement doing, right? So, and that is very restricted because in this moment when we do this, and that's how we also trained, we are losing our conscious ability because everything goes towards the body. The second level would then be that we are now using the movements and the form, our body and our consciousness in order to explore more about our chi level, our formless level. And so then the highlight is to recognize and experience more about chi, so that is a next level of training where you're freeing yourself more, because now you become aware of there are different levels that exist at the same time as you are here on physically expressed on the planet. They are at the same time working as well, but because they are not limited to shapes and forms or movements, you get a wider range, and you get more experiences through that. And you become that more alert that the observer within yourself, your consciousness, is focused more on the chi state, the energy state, the vital force energy state. And that creates a different world. And if you continue practice well, then you are able to, how I say, move a little bit further out and experience our planet from a more energetic level. So what happens then is you are able to experience more the aura, or this, I mean, in the energetic worlds, the sounds they are coming with an existence, right? So it's all perceived from an energetic level. So information, the fields of an existence will become more aware to you. And so therefore you have more information, and you do actually know more what to do with things in this world that we are usually only use our senses to experience with. So at this, when that state is well trained, what happens is that you are becoming actually more powerful, because you are now able to resolve things on a different level quite quickly, or much quicker than on our normal senses, based on our normal senses. And so you actually become a little bit more in peace, a little bit more in harmony, and you have more freedom inside of you. And so that level, when you train that well, actually is making you healthier and more abundantly in your energy flow, and blocks in your body can magically disappear when you practice well. But we also have seen that Sin Yang Qigong has practices. They are helping us to understand that. So they're level 1, level 2 serving practices. And because we need to become more aware who we are, right? So on all the levels. But what we also have seen is that a lot of practitioners, they become kind of routined, and there are limitations to explore deeper when they stay only on the chi level, when they stay on that energetic focused level. So what's the most beneficial is for sure the level, when we go on the level of the consciousness. And that would be the third level. That's so far the highest level that I know and have experienced and practiced with. And on that level, it is that you are starting to realize, to wake up to, that you can observe everything, and you start more and more to wake up that you are the observer of everything. And then at the further, even you become observant to the observer. So that is the level where the great stuff happens, seriously. And so it's our so-called the waking up moment in life. And that is actually when real life starts to begin. Conscious life starts to begin. And we need that level of where conscissness is highlighted, where the chi and the physical body is serving now consciousness, not in like in the other two levels, where on the body level, chi and consciousness is serving to improve the body. On the second level would be that the body and consciousness is serving the chi, vital force energy in your body, to be highlighted and come up and improve. So that is actually the highest level. And from that, actually, then we become our potentially human possibility. So if I can say that, we are actually starting a complete different life, a complete different experience of how we want to live our life, because that's also in the law with the universe. That is in agreement with the laws of the universe itself. And so it's promoted by the universe. So we are actually then not more fixed on old thinking pattern and limited to our, short frames we have been taught through society, through family. So we are actually starting to look through those frames and be able to create healthier and including frames. They are fit for us, and they are actually helping them to bring up the whole society. So that is often described as a new human that will develop, because we already experienced it, the limitations our society has placed on it, our social structure has placed on it, is not helping us to explore what we are capable of. And we are very limited through those frames. I say always frames. I hope that you can rely on, find your own words for it. It's a frame of reference. You go back because that's what you have been taught. So those are very limiting and not helping us to become our full expression. And you need your observative tool inside, so to speak. You need your observer inside in order to notice that this is what's going on, and to have the ability to focus on to moving through. And I mean, there might be some of you have maybe some good examples on that, where they had been maybe under a lot of pressure due to where they are living, to their upbringing. But somehow they may have an experience where that pressure was so big and they couldn't go away, that they are somehow had enough, they had enough of abilities to focus on, to observe it. And when they focus to observe it, then changes happen. And their whole worldview started to change immediate from the inside. And it changed to, they got a different type of how they feel about life. Their hope came back. And they didn't listen too much anymore to other people because they had a different experience. So if you had some of those, then those are experiences you can draw from. So they are important. I often had, and what woke me up was experiences of other people. You know how this goes. So someone gives you a good idea, a good tip how to deal with something. When Well, you listen to it, and this is always, I mean, I always listen to it. I'm not rejecting other people's experiences. But I also know that that is their experience very specifically to their circumstances and what they are here, what their function is. It doesn't mean that it's fully that what I need in this moment, fully. There's always good information, and you will, will agree with me that there is better sometimes to listen to an old rabbits than step into the same problem that people have been stepping in before. So yeah, you want to be smart on that. But I also made the experience that that was their experience, and the experience was described from their perspective. And then I thought, no, let me try that. Let me try it just the way how, I just go in and I just try it out, and then, we'll have my own experience. And often it was not like they described. It was often much more easy, much more flowing, no problems as they described. I didn't have it. And I thought, that's getting interesting for me. So that was then a thing that I was living by as a younger person. And I'm not saying it's always worked out the best, but I mean, for me, this is what I needed in order to have more conscious ability, more the ability to look what is true to yourself, and then also to live it, which is not always to the pleasure of the people around us. And we still come from our old frames. This is how it is. We don't need to fight it. They will show up continuously, but you don't need to be, limited and restricted by this is all there is. So by looking through, you are expanding even beyond those frames, and you become in that process way more confident that this is what you're doing is the thing that is correct for you. That is now, as more as you learn to observe it, that observative state will give you that strength, that empowerment that's needed. And anyone is wanting to help you on that in this process needs to be more in a also holding space position. So you do not want to have people interfering with this process, because that is what we already know. We have enough from that. That's an experience we already know. Nobody, as I know, has been held like a little lotus flower and then could petal by petal unfold what they are good with. But we all need this now. So we need to have an experience that as we are, it was intended by oneness, and it's expressed by, through all these layers you are, in your body, in your chi field, in your vital energy, in your consciousness, is all expressed as that. And there's an apparent reason that this is how you are. And that's beautiful. And as more as we can bring that beautiful and love to the things, how we are seeing that, instead of seeing your neighbor as this is bad or this is an absolute terrible painting. You can stay neutral to that, and those are the frames everyone has. Everyone on this planet will start out with judging. That is totally cool. There's no problems to that. We are all subject to it, but you don't have to hold on to. You don't have to continue holding on that frame. By letting it go, you will then realize, oh, wait a minute, I just wait and see, and you become more from that conscious state. You start to bring that into the scene, that moment. And that moment becomes Beautiful. And it's when we connect then on that level, that's the highest level in my opinion. When we connect on that level all together, by also in the practice, we practice this first very consciously. You connect with your chi field. When that chi field and everyone's chi field are now connecting together, that is improving dramatically the whole. So the information that's in the field, which is the pure information of oneness, including, then we all have access to it together. So that makes our practice way more powerful. Majority of people don't want to go into group practices. I was in the same place. I didn't want to practice with other people too much when I started out, but this has changed, and due to understanding the importance that we help each other. We help each other in this process much, much faster to come up. So I hope that you're encouraged to also now come together in the program. I'm starting explaining a little bit more about those things so that you have a better understanding what you really need to look out. And then the rest becomes, how I say, however you want to do it, type of, so whatever fun experience you want to make. And so you can map it out as you wish to, and whatever the experience is you want to experience, or you have enough of experiences and you want to have a different way of living altogether. So that will be all subject to the program that I am introducing to you. I will place the link below, so we'll make sure that you have access to it, and hopefully you will have the ability for yourself to feel if that's the right thing for you to do, and go with what feels right, and sign up for the class. See you then as a group coming together, because that will be needed. We are needing more group dynamics where you can express yourself the way how you are and what things happen, and for you, so you have a place that is safe and is able that you can grow in that. All right, see you then next time on Tuesday, and connect with you soon. So join the link, sign up, and I look forward to create a strong, healthy life with you together. All right, see you next time. Bye, Zali. Bye-bye.